very urgent. Your soulmate is begging you to read this message before it's too later. My beloved child. Don't skip, not today. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. This message found you for a reason, and what you are about to hear feels as though it has been waiting for this exact moment. Imagine a voice filled with urgency, whispering through every silent night, repeating the same words over and over, "Please, read this before it's too late." Those words are not filled with anger. They are filled with fear of losing a chance that may never come again. Somewhere beyond everything you can already see, a heart is struggling with the weight of everything left unsaid. Every hour that passes makes those unspoken feelings heavier, and every delay makes the silence louder. The strange part is that this silence is no longer protecting anyone, it is only hiding the truth. Something unexpected has shifted, and the moment that once felt far away suddenly feels incredibly close. Don't convince yourself this is just another ordinary story, because every second from this point forward reveals another piece of a mystery that refuses to stay hidden. Stay till the end, because the final revelation changes the meaning of everything you've heard so far. There is a reason this message feels different from every other message you've ever encountered. It carries the emotion of someone who waited far too long before finding the courage to speak. Picture someone standing at the edge of a decision they cannot avoid anymore. For so long they believed there would always be another tomorrow, another opportunity, another perfect moment to explain everything. But life has a strange way of reminding people that perfect moments rarely arrive on their own. Suddenly every excuse disappeared, and only one thought remained. What if I lose the chance forever? That single question changed everything. It became impossible to ignore. It echoed through quiet mornings, restless evenings, and sleepless nights until it became louder than every fear that had once kept them silent. Don't skip now, because the next piece is the one they never imagined anyone else would understand. Something huge is waiting for you, and it begins with a truth that has been hidden beneath hesitation for far too long. Every heartbeat seems to be counting down toward a conversation that can no longer be postponed. The longer the silence lasted, the clearer one realization became: waiting had never solved anything. Waiting had only created distance. Now the distance feels unbearable, and every passing moment carries the same urgent message: please don't look away before you know the whole story. Listen carefully, because this is where everything changes. Imagine opening a message expecting ordinary words, only to discover emotions that had been locked away for far too long. There are moments in life when a single decision quietly rewrites the future, and this feels like one of those moments. What seemed impossible yesterday suddenly feels within reach today, but only because someone finally chose honesty over fear. They know they cannot erase lost time, yet they still believe one truthful moment is stronger than 100 silent days. That belief is exactly why this message feels so urgent. It is not about perfection. It is about finally refusing to hide. And just when it seems you understand where this story is going, another unexpected turn appears. There is one final piece that has not been revealed yet, a detail so surprising that it changes the meaning of every earlier moment. Don't skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and the next chapter begins at the exact moment the hidden truth is finally spoken aloud. What happens next is something no one around them expected. The silence that once felt impossible to break has finally started to crack, and every passing moment is revealing another layer of the truth. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the turning point they never believed would arrive. They replayed every memory again and again, searching for the exact moment everything became so complicated. They realized it wasn't one mistake or one misunderstanding that created the distance. It was 1,000 little moments when fear spoke louder than honesty. Every time they wanted to reach out, they convinced themselves to wait one more day. Every time they almost shared what was truly in their heart, they stepped back because uncertainty seemed safer than vulnerability. But something unexpected happened. A single realization shattered every excuse they had been hiding behind. They suddenly understood that silence was no longer protecting anyone, it was slowly taking away the future they secretly hoped for. That realization felt like a wake-up call they could not ignore. It pushed them toward one decision they had delayed for far too long. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The message they have been carrying isn't ordinary. Every word has been carefully guarded, every emotion held back until now, and every second they waited only made the truth more powerful. They are no longer asking themselves whether they should speak. Now they are asking whether they are already running out of time. A new chapter quietly begins before anyone even notices it. The fear that controlled every choice is slowly losing its power, replaced by a determination that refuses to disappear. They are no longer interested in pretending everything is fine when their heart keeps pointing in the same direction. Every distraction has failed. Every attempt to move on has led them back to the same unanswered feelings. They finally accepted that some connections cannot simply be forgotten because they continue to grow stronger in silence. That realization has changed the way they see everything around them. They no longer care about looking perfect or saying the perfect words. They only care that the truth finally reaches the person who deserves to hear it. Don't skip, because the biggest surprise hasn't happened yet. There is one sentence they have repeated countless times in their mind, but they have never been brave enough to say it aloud. The closer they get to sharing it, the faster their heart races. They know that after those words are spoken, nothing will ever feel the same again. The future they once imagined from a distance suddenly feels close enough to touch, and that possibility has become stronger than every fear that once held them back. Now the urgency reaches its highest point. My beloved child, stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you, and this next moment changes everything. Imagine someone standing with a message ready to be sent, reading it one final time while wondering if these words could transform everything they have carried inside for so long. Their hands hesitate, not because the feelings are uncertain, but because the truth is finally too powerful to hide. Every heartbeat reminds them that another delay could become another missed opportunity, and they refuse to let that happen again. This is no longer about waiting for the perfect sign. This is about choosing courage over fear before the moment slips away forever. They know that once the truth leaves their heart, there is no turning back, and strangely, that thought no longer scares them, it gives them hope. They believe that honesty has a way of reaching exactly where it is meant to go, even after a long season of silence. But there is one final detail they have not revealed yet, a detail so unexpected that it explains why this message carries such overwhelming urgency. It is the one secret capable of changing the meaning of everything you've heard until now, and the moment it comes to light, nothing in this story will ever feel ordinary again. The moment they stopped running from the truth, everything around them began to feel different. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is the moment the hidden story finally starts revealing itself. For so long they believed silence would protect their heart, but instead it became the very thing that kept them awake night after night. Every ordinary day carried the same unanswered question: what if I'm already too late? That question followed them everywhere until they could no longer ignore it. They looked back at every memory, every missed opportunity, every conversation that ended too soon, and realized something that completely changed their perspective. The connection they had been trying to forget had never faded. It had quietly grown stronger beneath the surface. No matter how busy life became, no matter how many distractions appeared, one thought always returned to the front of their mind. They finally understood that some people leave a mark that time simply cannot erase. That realization shook them in a way they never expected. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't loud. It was a quiet certainty that settled deep inside their heart, telling them the waiting had lasted long enough. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. What happens next is not another delay. It is the beginning of the decision that has been building through every silent moment, every hidden emotion, and every unanswered feeling they have carried until now. Then something happened that they never saw coming. A conversation, a memory, and one unexpected reminder all arrived almost at the same time, forcing them to confront the truth they had been avoiding. Suddenly every excuse disappeared. They could no longer convince themselves that tomorrow would always be available. For the first time, they imagined what life would feel like if they never found the courage to say what had been living inside them for so long. That thought unsettled them more than any fear ever had. They realized regret lasts much longer than nervousness. In that instant, their priorities changed completely. They stopped worrying about saying everything perfectly and started caring only about saying it honestly. Don't skip, because the biggest revelation is still ahead. Every heartbeat now feels like a countdown toward a moment that can no longer be postponed. They have rewritten the message more times than they can remember, adding words, removing words, questioning every sentence, hoping it would somehow express everything they have never been able to explain. But now they understand that the most powerful words are often the simplest ones, spoken with complete sincerity. Something huge is waiting for you, and the truth they have protected for so long is closer than it has ever been to finally being revealed. Now the atmosphere changes once again. My beloved child, this is the point where everything begins moving faster than anyone expected. The fear that once controlled every decision is losing its grip, replaced by a quiet confidence that keeps growing stronger with every passing moment. They are no longer searching for another sign because they have already found the one they needed, the realization that a genuine feeling deserves to be spoken before time creates another wall of silence. Their heart is no longer asking whether they should reach out. It is asking only one question now: will I finally be brave enough today? That single question carries more power than every excuse they once believed. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. The message is no longer trapped inside their thoughts. It is closer than ever to becoming real, and the next step will reveal why they have been begging for this message to be seen before it feels too late. But there is still one final truth they have kept hidden from everyone, a truth that explains why this moment feels unlike any other. The instant that hidden piece comes into the light, every unanswered question from the beginning of this journey will suddenly make perfect sense, and the story will take its most unexpected turn yet. A quiet shift has already begun, even if no one else can see it yet. My beloved child, don't skip, because this is where the hidden countdown reaches its most important moment. Every second that passes feels different now. The uncertainty that once surrounded everything has started to disappear, replaced by a determination that cannot be stopped. They are no longer wondering whether they should speak, they are preparing themselves for what comes after the truth is finally revealed. Imagine carrying a message so important that every attempt to delay it only makes your heart beat faster. That is exactly where they are now. They have reached the point where silence feels heavier than honesty. Every memory has led them back to the same conclusion: the connection they tried to ignore has only become stronger. They keep imagining the exact moment when everything hidden finally comes into the open, and strangely, that thought no longer fills them with fear. It fills them with hope. Stay till the end because something huge is waiting for you. What they are about to reveal is not a passing emotion or a temporary feeling. It is the truth they have protected through countless sleepless nights, hoping the right moment would finally arrive. And now, for the first time, they believe that moment is standing directly in front of them. The closer they move toward that moment, the more unexpected signs begin appearing around them. Familiar memories suddenly feel alive again. Old conversations return to their mind with meanings they never noticed before. Tiny details they once ignored now seem impossible to overlook. It is as if every piece of the journey has quietly been leading to this exact point. My beloved child, don't skip, because the next revelation changes everything. They finally understand that timing is not about waiting forever, it is about recognizing the moment when fear no longer deserves control. That realization has transformed them completely. They are no longer trying to hide behind uncertainty. Instead, they are choosing courage, one heartbeat at a time. Every word they have been holding back is beginning to form into a message that cannot remain hidden any longer. Something huge is waiting for you. The truth is closer than ever, and every passing moment feels like the final step before everything changes forever. They know this decision will shape everything that comes next, and that knowledge has given them a strength they never believed they possessed. Now the story enters its most suspenseful chapter yet. My beloved child, stay till the end, because what happens next will connect every unanswered question from the beginning. The message is finally complete. Every sentence has been rewritten until nothing unnecessary remains. Only the pure truth is left. Their hand moves closer, their heart refuses to slow down, and for one unforgettable moment, everything around them becomes completely still. They close their eyes, take one deep breath, and prepare to let go of the silence that has followed them for so long. They know there is no turning back after this. Yet instead of fear, they feel relief. They finally understand that honesty is worth every risk. But just before the message reaches its destination, something completely unexpected happens. A single discovery appears, one hidden detail they had never known before, and it changes the meaning of everything they believed was about to happen. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you. What they uncover in the very next moment doesn't delay the truth, it makes it even more urgent, setting the stage for a revelation so powerful that neither of you could have imagined it at the beginning of this journey. My beloved child. Everything changes the instant that hidden detail comes into view. Don't skip, because this is the moment every unanswered question begins to connect. What they discovered was not what they expected, and that is exactly why this message suddenly became impossible to delay. They realized that the story they had been telling themselves for so long was incomplete. They had believed distance meant the connection had faded, but the truth was the complete opposite. The silence had never erased what was real, it had only covered it. Every forgotten memory returned with new meaning. Every missed opportunity now looked like another chance waiting to be understood instead of regretted. Their heart became completely certain of one thing: waiting any longer would only create another chapter filled with "what if." That was no longer acceptable. Stay till the end, because something huge is waiting for you. They began reading through old thoughts, remembering promises they had quietly made to themselves, and suddenly everything pointed toward the same direction. The message they had been afraid to send no longer felt risky. It felt necessary. For the first time in a long time, hope became stronger than hesitation, and that single change gave them the courage they had been searching for all along. Then an unexpected feeling took over, a calm unlike anything they had experienced before. It wasn't because every problem had disappeared. It was because they had finally stopped fighting the truth inside their own heart. My beloved child, don't skip, because the next few moments hold the biggest emotional shift yet. They imagined the future one more time, but this time it looked completely different. Instead of seeing endless uncertainty, they saw possibility. Instead of hearing silence, they heard honesty. Every fear that once whispered, "maybe tomorrow," was replaced by a stronger voice saying, "the time is now." They knew they could not control every outcome, but they could control one thing: whether they would finally let the truth be heard. Something huge is waiting for you. Their hands no longer trembled with doubt. Their thoughts no longer searched for another excuse. Every heartbeat carried the same quiet determination. The message had become more than words. It had become a promise to never let fear speak louder than sincerity again. And just when they believed they were completely ready, one final realization appeared, one that made this message even more urgent than before. Now the journey reaches the edge of its greatest revelation. My beloved child, stay till the end, because nothing has prepared you for what comes next. They look at the message one final time, knowing that after this moment, everything moves forward. There is no hiding anymore. No more unanswered questions. No more pretending the feelings never existed. Every second has led to this decision, and every chapter before this one suddenly makes perfect sense. Yet, just before the message is finally released, something extraordinary happens. A new piece of the story quietly reveals itself, proving that this journey was never only about finding the courage to speak, it was also about discovering a truth that had been waiting in the shadows from the very beginning. That unexpected truth changes everything they thought they understood. It explains why every delay happened, why every emotion grew stronger instead of fading, and why this message had to arrive at exactly this moment. Don't skip. Something huge is waiting for you, because the final chapter holds the revelation that transforms this entire story into something neither of you ever imagined was possible.